Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start our class today with the prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, Guru Preceptors, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Laidima Shaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, beloved Master Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. We ask thy blessings on our class today. May we be ever more perfectly in attunement with thee. Om Shanti. Shanti. We'll start with a song and then an excerpt from an audio talk by Swamiji. Welcome again, everybody.
Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Tall trees fall aside, every bramble I slash with the sword of freedom. Move all you mountains that stand in my way. Nothing can stop my progress.
Most of you, I think, have read my autobiography. And you'll remember that period in my life when, in college, I came upon the theory that if you want to be lucky, then don't wait for luck to meet you, to come to you, but go out and meet it halfway, and you'll always be lucky. And I proved this many times to be a very valid theory. I got the reputation during that period of my life for being fantastically lucky. I wanted to go to Mexico for the summer, and I didn't know how to earn the money, and I didn't think of going and robbing a bank, and I didn't want to spend all summer earning the money because then I wouldn't be able to go for the summer vacation. I didn't know how to make it, and I thought of the prizes suddenly that were offered in the college yearbook. So I went through the college yearbook and I saw prizes being offered for $5, $10, $20. It didn't seem like much. I didn't see how I'd get to Mexico on that kind of money. But then I saw a prize for $100. And I thought, wow, this is for me. $100 back in 1945 was a lot of money. And so I read to see what I had to do, and it said that I'd have to write an essay on the basic principles underlying the government of the United States. Well, my heart sank. I just didn't know what to say. And I thought, well, who would write on a subject like that? And then I thought, well, that's right, who would? So I checked back several years, and it turned out that nobody had won the prize. So I thought, well, if I'm the only entry, then maybe I can win. So I wrote an essay, and in fact I was the only entry, and they liked it well enough to at least let me win the prize. So there was $100, and then I got a $15 first prize for a poetry contest, and with my $115 I set out hitchhiking. I got one ride from Philadelphia, Ardmore, Pennsylvania, all the way to Mexico City, and the man with whom I went ended up letting me stay as a guest in his home, and in this way my $100 lasted me 3 months, and it was just fine. But again and again and again, I found wonderful things happening as long as I had this really positive expectation, and then instead of making it passive, went out positively to meet it, expecting everything to go well, and it did go well.
Hello again, friends. It's really a joy to share with you today on this fabulous topic. First of all, I'll say I would recommend that you read from this book, The Art and Science of Raja Yoga, the chapter on magnetism. That's what I'm speaking from today, and it's a fantastic chapter which has many principles for, in fact, that story that you just heard from Swamiji is in that chapter. I'd like to start with a couple of thoughts from Master on success from the book, How to Be a Success. Your success in life does not depend only upon natural ability. It also depends upon your determination to grasp the opportunity that is presented to you. Opportunities in life come by creation, not by chance. They are created by you, either now or at some time in the recent or distant past. Since you have earned them, use them to the best advantage. Your thoughts will inevitably bring you to either failure or to success, according to which thought is the strongest. Therefore, you must thoroughly believe in your own plans. Use your talents to carry them out and be receptive so that God can work through you. His laws work at all times, and you are always demonstrating success or failure according to the kind of thoughts that you habitually entertain. And finally, another quote from Master: because the ordinary person does not perceive how the law of action and reaction is governing his life, he believes that what comes to him is in large part a matter of happenstance or fate. He often says, "This was my good luck," or "That's my unfortunate lot." There is no luck that one has not created before in this or in other incarnations. This is such an important topic. Master would say, people would say, karma, it's my karma. I can't do anything about it. It's all fate, it's all destiny. But he said, you can change that karma. You can change your destiny. You can change your whole life, change the pattern of your life, burn up karma. That's why we're doing Kriya. That's why we're serving. That's why we're on the spiritual path. We're not just by fate, whatever happened, happens, and it's going to happen to me, and I can't do anything about it. That's just not the way. That's not about our teachings. It's not our path. It's not a way a yogi should be. And what we think is luck is really amount of energy and magnetism that a person puts out to draw to them their whole aura, the whole force field that they have, everything that they've got, their heart, their mind, their soul is drawing. Like is attracting like. So you're drawing to you success. You're drawing to you finances or friends or circumstances or a better job or a house or a better car or whatever is that you need. And people look at people and think it's luck, but you think of someone who's a good athlete. That's not luck. I mean, in some lifetime, they worked at it. This lifetime, they're working at it. Someone who's a good musician, some lifetime, they produce that, a Mozart, a Brahms, a Beethoven, various ones. They have worked at that. In this lifetime, they're still working at it. And someone who's good at teaching or whatever it may be, it's that they've planted that seed before and they've worked at it and they're working on it. What I want to say, it's not luck, it's work. It's putting out the energy. And Master talked about that takes great will and willingness and great effort to make anything happen. And that's why we have the energization exercises. And he said the greater the will, the willingness, the openness, the receptivity. I want to do it. I'm interested. I want to learn. I want to be successful. I'm willing to work at it. The greater the will, the greater the power flowing through your brain and your whole body, and the inspiration and the thoughts and the solutions that they're raining down upon you. Greater the will, the willingness, the greater the flow, power, the flow of the energy. And Swamiji added to that, then the greater the magnetism. The magnet is pulling to you what you need when you need it. The greater the magnetism, the greater the inspiration. Inspiration is coming from all areas, all ways. And if it's not happening, it's because you're not attuning. And also someone asked Master, they said, well, you're a master, you can do these things, but I can't do them. Master said, what do you think made me a master? I did it. Doing, done, do it. And so putting out the energy to make things happen. Also, someone said, something else they couldn't do. A master, they said, I need your blessing. And I hear that a lot. It's all your blessing, but no, you have to work for it. Master said, my blessing's there. God's blessing's there. You have to add your blessing. You have to add your energy to it. My own, but God-given energy. I will reason, I will, I will act. The whole path, our whole path is pushing us to act, to get in alignment with God's power. If you're here and God is there, you have to align yourself with the thoughts, universal thoughts, with the energy, the magnetism, the positivity, all of that. And then you see results. And there's some great examples from Autobiography of a Yogi. One is two penniless boys in Brindaban. And you see that Master had that challenge from his brother, but he said, I accept it. I accept it immediately. And they said at the very end of that chapter, and the two Cinderellas, they came back at the time that Ananta said, and they showered the table with rupees. They had passed everything that Ananta had said. And they came back with money. He showed that he put out the energy to make it happen. It wasn't luck. It was Master's magnetism. Let's face it. And then he got it. Master got his high school diploma. He hardly ever went to class. But his guru helped him. And also he studied particular pages. And he was in attunement with God. And then Master, when he was in America, he wanted to go out and tour. And his bookkeeper said, you might want to go, but you don't have any money to go. He says, I'm going. I don't care what you say. I'm going. And he was put out the strong thought. Became weakness. Live in weak thoughts. I can't do anything. Somebody else will have to do it. Guruji will do it for you. He's not going to do it for you. Master put that thought out. And then one day was walking in San Francisco. It's a fantastic story. And someone was walking by him. And he said, I want to help your work. Can I give a donation? And the Master said, you don't even know who I am. And he said, yes, I do, by your eyes, meaning by the magnetism. God told that man to stop him and write him a check. And he wrote a check in that time, the 20s, 30s, sometime in there, $27,000. I mean, that's magnetism. And Master went on that tour and he taught about God. And finally, his Master's when he tried to he was getting Mount Washington, the headquarters of his work. He said, I was battling with Divine Mother. He didn't say, I was going, please help me, Divine Mother, please help. I think that's how some people pray. Please help me, or I'm unlucky. Can you help me? And Master himself was calling people on the phone. Can you help us? Can you donate? There was Mrs. Trast, I think her name was. He said, don't be late. She said she's going to bring the rest of the money. You get here on time. Don't be late. He said, I was battling with Divine Mother. And then finally, the drama was over and the place was ours. And that's the kind of energy we have to model our guru, model Swamiji. Look, all the things that one man did. How did he write 150 books? He was lucky. How did he write all that music? Was he lucky? He was in attunement with God's power, God's inspiration. The music flowed, the books flowed. He was in attunement. It wasn't, he was lucky. And so that's a cop out what people have. Well, he's lucky, I'm not lucky. That person was born with a silver spoon in their mouth and I wasn't. And you can change it. And my own stories, I went to university in the first quarter, I had a flat F. I just thought, I can't flunk out of college. And I worked too hard to get here. And I thought all the other students were lucky because they were smart and they were, and I said, I'm not dumb, I'm smart. I just put it in my own mind. I made it this far. I can get through this college and this university. It was a very hard university, UC Berkeley, but I worked hard. I'm telling you, I pulled that F up. That was my first quarter, first class. And I worked, was it, luck? No, it was work. I went to the library. I studied for weeks. And by the time that final came, I was ready. I took that final and I got an A. And that meant I got a C in the class. And I worked that hard for 4 years to get out of the school. I thought I'm never going to study like that again. Within a year, I meet Swamiji. I've been studying the rest of my life, all that time. It just, you can't escape it. But what did it do? It had to lift my energy up. It lifted my magnetism up. My mind got sharp. My mind got clear. I concentrated. I was able to focus. So in Ananda, I'm able to focus. I'm able to study. I'm able to teach. I'm able to help the center and help the work of Ananda because I lifted my energy up and I focused it. And so these are principles of our path. So what can you do? First thing, attune yourself with God's will. Energize, do the practices, do affirmations, study the books, listen to the talks, chant, get the chants, get the music, attune yourself to the vibration of God's power. Master said it's always flowing. Answers are always flowing. Solutions are always flowing. Thoughts are universally rooted. They're not individually. They're always there. So attune yourself through the practices to the divine power and the divine will. Secondly, be prepared to work hard. Now, I know this isn't easy for people. People take shortcuts. They cut off. They go around the corner. They hope somebody doesn't see that they didn't do that. Swamiji, you said you have to use the paint, go through the painstaking details. Wow, painstaking. You have to go through them. Make a plan. How do you get from A to Z? I see a lot of people just throw up an idea, hope something's going to come down. It's not going to come down. Master said, be practical in your idealism. Figure out, what am I going to do? When am I going to do it? Who's going to do it? What's the timeline? What's the budget? Figure it out. Then go step by step by step by step by step. This is our teachings. It's not, no, if I'm on a corporate, I'll do that. These are the teachings. Be prepared to work at it. Thirdly, think of absolutely everything you can do. I talk to so many people who don't have any solutions, no ideas. It's always problem consciousness. We don't live in problem consciousness. We live in solution consciousness at the spiritual eye. Problem consciousness is a part of the conscious mind. When we meditate, we lift up into the superconscious mind. So think solution oriented, not problems. If somebody asks you to do something, don't say, gee, I don't know. I was in many meetings with Swamiji, would throw something out. What do you all think? Gee, I don't know, was not the right answer. So don't try to escape by not having any thoughts, any ideas, any solutions. Think solution oriented, be solution oriented, not problem oriented, not, oh, we can't because we tried that, it didn't work. That will never work. I saw so many far out ideas from Swamiji and they worked. Some didn't work, but mainly they worked. So think about how, not if. And the next one is don't cut corners. Swamiji, I mentioned this just now, but Swamiji said he would go over a book he was writing, he would edit it 50 times. That is a lot. 50 times you go over the book again and again. That's why they read so easily, because he's gone over it. He's done the work for you. So don't think, you just cut corners and it doesn't make any sense, but you still say it, or you haven't done the work and you try to put it out there. You have to really work at it. Get rid of laziness. And I was reading this morning about Thomas Edison, who discovered the filament for the light bulb. At least 100 tries he had to do to get the light bulb. Not 100, 1,000, at least 1,000 tries over and over and over and over. And I know what that is like, not 1,000, but I'm practicing music now. And to make this like 30-second audio clips that I send around to my friends, sometimes I have to play that little song, that part of that song, 40 or 50 times to get it right. But I am going to get it right over and over and over. Most people will stop at try number 3 or 4 or 5, but you just keep working and working and working. Then a wonderful thing happened the other day. I'm playing the Esraj, and it's been 1 year. Finally, after 1 year, the instrument has opened up. It's playing so beautifully. The sound box, the sound of the instrument with the strings and the bow is just beautiful. Finally, because of playing over and over and over and over, and then the man who sold it to me said, it will open up for you. You just have to practice. Finally, look for possibilities. Have your spiritual antenna up wherever you go. Just be thinking, Master, what can I do? I know there's some opportunity here. I know there's something you want me to do, or whatever you prayed for. Look for the opportunity. Look for the answer. Look for the person. I'll tell you what happened to me just last week or so. I was going to Mumbai from Delhi, and I had a lot of things with me, including my instrument. And I just thought I didn't have the normal help that I usually have to get to the airport. So I offered my whole trip to Master, as always, which you all should do. I hope you do. And so I got to the airport, and I just knew, he was going to give me some help. I just knew it. I didn't know how, but I just knew it. And so I went through, I checked in, and then I was going through security, and I got through there okay. And I heard the voice of, it was a voice of somebody I thought I knew, but they were checking something in my bag, and I didn't look over there. So I finally get through, and I get to the gate, and we're just about to get on the flight. I mean, this was a thrilling moment, and it wasn't luck. It was good energy, good magnetism, prayer, attunement with God and gurus. And then just as we were about to get on, I mean, just in a split second, I would have missed this opportunity. And I looked over, and there was a man who looked familiar. And I thought, he looks familiar, but he looks different. And I didn't want to go over and say something. And then he looks at me and he says, Dhyana ji, is that you? I said, Joy. And it's a dear, dear friend who I met in Mumbai when I was living there. And it was a reunion after many years. We were just thrilled. And we got on the plane. He changed his seat. We sat together. We talked about God and Guru the whole time, and was showing pictures and videos. And it was just the most wonderful. I was just thrilled. I knew that was Master. He missed his earlier flight. He wasn't even supposed to be on that flight. But this was the law of magnetism and prayer and devotion and calling out to God and doing your best. And then that's not the end of the story. The person next to him said, near the end of the flight, they said, I couldn't help hearing your conversation, and you're devotees of Yogananda. He said, yes. He says, I'm a devotee. I think it was a different path. I couldn't really hear everything she was saying, but then she said, she started talking about Babaji's cave. I mean, we were like, wow, I just couldn't believe this was happening. And that she had property there. She wanted to sell her property. It went on and on and on. This was Divine Mother. This was Master. You have to know it. Put out the energy. Put out all that you have and watch the miracles happen. They're created by you. It's not your good luck. It's your good energy, good magnetism. And I want to close with an affirmation we can do together from this great book, Affirmations for Scientific Healing Affirmations. And it's in the chat. Please close your eyes and repeat after me. Let's inhale. Tense the body, vibrate your whole body. Exhale. Again. Draw in God's power. Exhale once more. Say this just a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. I will not limit my thoughts. I am life, intelligence, health, joy, peace, power. This is the essential truth of my being. And I shall try to express these qualities completely. I will not limit my thoughts. I am life, intelligence, health, joy, peace, power. This is the essential truth of my being. And I shall try to express these qualities completely. Once more quietly. I will not limit my thoughts. I am life, intelligence, health, joy, peace, power. This is the essential truth of my being. I shall try to express these qualities completely. Om Shanti Shanti. I'll ask Natindra to join me now on the screen.
Thank you, Dhyana ji. We have a few questions. First one is, Dhyana ji, sometimes everything goes so well, but then at other times things do not go well. So do I actually have control over my karma and destiny? And how can I have things to go well all the time?
Why categorize your life? Why isn't it, you have to live anyway, just live in the best way you can. Why categorize in your mind, this is good and this is bad? It all is, and it's yours. So it's the wrong question to ask yourself. The question is, how can I get out of it? How can I do better? How can I raise my energy? How can I get into on a super conscious level? What can I do about it? Isn't it? So I think saying, oh, that's good, that your energy up, down, up. It's like pushing both sides of the door. So just do what's been given to you and know that Master said he'd give you lots of his good karma so you can get out of it. I think 75%, what he said, you do 25, I'll do 25, God does 50. So I think just do your best, but do your best. There's an attitude of cutting corners, but also just spiritual laziness. I don't want to do it. Well, if you get knocked around enough, you will want to do it. So I think go with the experience. Once you really want to do it, then God comes and really helps you through. And it could be some big boulder of karma, but what I've seen is it goes off fast. Or you can stay there, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad, today I feel good, today I feel bad, today. So what? Who cares how you feel? This is the point. Just do the work that's ahead of you. Break through. You have the right energy, right attitude, you can break through any karma, good or bad, and create, and ultimately no karma is what we want. No?
Absolutely, Dhyanaji. One more question, Dhyanaji. So does this mean that if things are not going well, then am I not progressing spiritually? And is that a sign of spiritual growth if everything is supposed to go well?
Here again, it's not well or not well. It is, I mean, is your life heading in the direction of God, with gurus? Are you doing your best spiritually? Are you practicing as best as you can? Is your heart open? Do you love God more than you did yesterday or last week or last year? You understand the difference? So I think this going back and forth, is it good, is it bad? If I look at my life, many things have happened. Some seem colored bad, some seem colored good. But underneath it all, there's the answer. Underneath it all, there was joy. No matter what the seeming drama was on the surface, underneath, God was always there. And I think that's why we meditate, isn't it? That's why we do Kriya. That's why we're on the path. That's why we cling to our gurus, because no matter what happens up there, we know that his presence is there. And I told the story of St. Anthony recently. I don't have time to tell it today, but basically, he went through so many tests. Master said he lived in the desert for 60 years in a tomb, and he lived to be 120. He was tested all the time. And by the end, St. Anthony was tested to the maximum by Satan, who said finally he was going to crack the tomb. And he started to, and then Christ appeared. And then Anthony says, he looks at Jesus, he says, well, how come you didn't come earlier? How come you didn't come before? I was suffering so badly. And the answer was, I was here all the time. So God is there. You just have to take the hand, reach him, never let go. And just, you have to affirm it, believe in yourself. I am a child of God. Master must help me. If I help myself, he will. And if you put that kind of energy out, things start changing. But if you sit back on the couch and just say, well, just watch television and I guess Master's there, so are you there? So it doesn't work. It's not, you know what the word is? It's not sincere. Be sincere, do your best, and you will find that not luck, but good energy, magnetism, God's power, grace, blessings help you in every part of your life. Thank you, Natindra. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.